Hey, what's up guys? Steve here. The weekly auction that today's video covers is on the graphic above. And a big shout out to the channel members Joyce L., Jason Adams, Ed Blair, Butch Cabrera, and Lars. And we'll kick today's list off at number 50 with this 1991 Upper Deck All-Star checklist featuring Michael Jordan with card number 48. This was a PSA 10 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $43.20. Up next at number 49 is this 1991 Skybox Michael Jordan vs. Magic Johnson, card number 333. This was a PSA 10 that received 17 bids, and it also sold for $43.20. Coming in at number 48 is this 1991 Skybox featuring Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, card number 462. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $45.60. Up next at number 47 is this 1993 Finest Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a PSA 8 that received 13 bids, and it also sold for $45.60. Coming in at number 46 is this 1991 Upper Deck Bulls checklist featuring Michael Jordan, card number 75. This was a PSA 10 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $46.80. Up next at number 45 is this 1991 Skybox Michael Jordan, card number 334. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $51.60. Coming in at number 44 is this 1991 Skybox Michael Jordan, card number 307. This was a PSA 10 that received 18 bids, and it also sold for $51.60. And we're sticking to the same 1991 Skybox basketball set at number 43, with Michael Jordan's card number 572. This was a PSA 10 that received 17 bids, and it sold for $52.80. And we get our first basketball card from the 1980s at number 42, with Michael Jordan's 1988 Fleer sticker with sticker number 7. This was a BGS 7.5 that received 24 bids, and it sold for $54. Coming in at number 41 is this 1991 Upper Deck Magic Johnson vs. Michael Jordan, card number 34. This was a PSA 10 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $60 even. And kicking off the top 40 of today's list is Michael Jordan's 1991 Hoops, card number 455. This was a PSA 10 that received 19 bids, and it sold for $64.80. Coming in at number 39 is this 1992 Ultra Award winner Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was an SGC 9.5 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $67.20. And we're sticking to the inaugural 1992 Ultra basketball set at number 38. With Michael Jordan's card number 216. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 21 bids, and it also sold for $67.20. Coming in at number 37 is this 1994 Collector's Choice Michael Jordan Gold Signature, card number 402. This was a BGS 9 that received 29 bids, and it sold for $72. Up next at number 36 is Michael Jordan's 1991 Skybox card number 583. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it also sold for $72 even. Coming in at number 35 is this 1993 Topps Michael Jordan card number 101. This was a PSA 10 that received 22 bids, and it sold for $74.40. Up next at number 34 is this 1993 Skybox Premium Michael Jordan, card number 14. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $74.40. Coming in at number 33 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Ultra card number 30. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 17 bids, and it also sold for $74.40. And we're headed back to the inaugural 1991 Upper Deck basketball set at number 32 with Michael Jordan's base card with card number 44. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $76.80. Coming in at number 31 is this 1991 Skybox USA Basketball Michael Jordan, card number 534. This was a PSA 10 that received 24 bids, and it sold for just short of $80. And kicking off the top 30 of today's list is this 1991 Skybox Michael Jordan, card number 39. This was a PSA 10 that received 29 bids, and it sold for $84 even. Up next at number 29 is this 1993 Topps Michael Jordan, card number 384. This was a PSA 10 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $88.80. Coming in at number 28 is this 1993 Stadium Club Super Teams NBA Finals Michael Jordan, card number 169. This was a BGS 9 that received 22 bids, and it also sold for $88.80. Up next at number 27 is this 1991 Skybox Team USA Card 2 featuring Michael Jordan, card number 545. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $91.20. Coming in at number 26 is this 1993 Skybox Premium Showdown Series featuring Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan, card number SS11. This was a PSA 10 that received 19 bids, and it sold for $91.20. Up next at number 25 is this 1993 Ultra Inside Outside Michael Jordan, card number 4. This was a PSA 9 that received 23 bids, and it sold for $96 even. And we're headed to the inaugural 1989 Hoops basketball set at number 24 with Michael Jordan's All-Star card with card number 21. This was a PSA 10 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $110.40. Up next at number 23 is this 1993 Stadium Club frequent Flyers Michael Jordan, card number 181. This was a PSA 10 that received 19 bids, and it sold for $132. And we're headed back to the late 1980s at number 22 with this 1989 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 21. This was an SGC 9.5 that received 19 bids, and it also sold for $132. Coming in at number 21 is this 1993 Topps Michael Jordan, card number 23. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $162. And kicking off the top 20 of today's list is this 1993 Stadium Club Michael Jordan, card number 169. This was a PSA 10 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $186. And we're sticking to the same 1993 Stadium Club basketball set at number 19 with Michael Jordan's card number 1. This was a PSA 10 that received 15 bids, and it also sold for $186. Up next at number 18 is this 1994 Upper Deck Nike Poster Cards Jumpman Michael Jordan. This was a BGS 7 that received 28 bids, and it sold for $216. Coming in at number 17 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Topps Gold card number 384. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $240. Up next at number 16 is this 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 26. This was a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $252. Coming in at number 15 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Fleer NBA Superstars with card number 7. This was a PSA 10 that received 25 bids, and it also sold for $252. Up next at number 14 is this 1993 Skybox Premium Michael Jordan, card number 45. This was a PSA 10 that received 19 bids, and it sold for $264. Coming in at number 13 is this 1993 Stadium Club First Day Issue Michael Jordan, card number 169. This was a BGS 8.5 that received 13 bids, and it also sold for $264. Up next at number 12 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1988 Fleer basketball set with card number 17. This was a PSA 9 that received 24 bids, and it sold for $300. Coming in at number 11 is this 1992 Skybox USA Michael Jordan, card number 39. This Jordan was in a BGS Gold Label 10 that received 18 bids, and it also sold for $300 even. And we're headed back to the late 1980s to kick off the top 10 with this 1989 Michael Jordan Panini Spanish sticker, sticker number 67. This Jordan sticker was in a PSA 9 that received 50 bids, and it sold for $480. Up next at number 9 is this 1994 Collector's Choice Gold Signature Michael Jordan, card number 420. This was a BGS 9 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $516. Coming in at number 8 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Topps Gold 50-Point Club with card number 64. This was a PSA 10 that received 24 bids, and it sold for just short of $700. Up next at number 7 is this 1994 SP Championship Playoff Heroes Michael Jordan, card number P2. This die-cut Jordan was in a PSA 10 that received 27 bids, and it sold for $750. And we get another oddball Jordan at number 6 with this 1991 Sports Educational Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a PSA 10 that received 35 bids, and it also sold for $750. And we'll start things off with this 1991 Kenner starting lineup Michael Jordan. This dribbling variation was authenticated by CGC and received 12 bids, and it sold for just short of $40. Up next is this 1993 Kenner starting lineup Michael Jordan, card number 58 SL. This Jordan that was authenticated by CGC received 8 bids, and it sold for $37.20. For our third bonus card, we get this 1993 Kenner starting lineup Michael Jordan, card number 29 SL. This card that was authenticated by CGC received 7 bids, and it sold for $27.60. Up next is Michael Jordan's 1991 Hoops USA Olympic Team card with card number 579. This was an SGC 9.5 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $25.20. For our fifth bonus card, I ran across this 1992 Upper Deck Fanimation Michael Jordan, card number 506. This was a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $24 even. And for our sixth and final bonus card, we get this 1992 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 32. This was a PSA 9 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $22.80. And kicking off the top 5 of today's list is Michael Jordan's 1993 Ultra Power in the Key insert with card number 2. This was a BGS 9 that received 42 bids, and it sold for $780. Up next at number 4 is this 1992 Stadium Club Beam Team Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a PSA 9 that received 36 bids, and it sold for just short of $1,000. Coming in at number 3 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Ultra Scoring Kings insert with card number 5. This was a PSA 8 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $1,110. Up next at number 2 is this 1994 Topps Embossed Golden Idols Michael Jordan, card number 121. This was a PSA 9 that received 55 bids, and it sold for $1,470. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1994 Finest Michael Jordan Refractor, card number 331. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 27 bids, and it sold for $3,840. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.